Hi, Taurus. This is Jeffrey. This is Red Color, and this is your reading for the month of February. Excuse me. Okay, so the message is, and I'm doing something new, and the message is try something new. Or, maybe there's, things that you need to do that you always do, and then do them in a new way, because it opens up new pathways in our heads. So the way I'm going to do it is I throw four cards for one for each week of February. And then I throw four qualifiers for the months. And this is an example of how I do the annual reading. So if you are interested in annual reading, it would be the same format. All right, so try something new. That's the energy. Try something new. Shake it up. All right, and the four cards, let's get to it. 2, 3, 4. Okay, away we go. Nice cards. Oops. The Six of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, Judgment, the Seven of Swords. Okay. Number one. So the Six of Pentacles is a really nice card. It's this energy of giving and receiving in equal measure. In equal measure. It's about being part of community. Excuse me. Offering yourself. It's like, this is what I have to give. And also, this is what I'd like to receive, or, you say to your friend, hey, if you can help me with this, I'll take you to lunch. Or your friend says, let me take you to lunch and can you help me with this? And it's this energy of being in the flow, of being in equal measure, the balance shows up here. And it is only on the one that card, justice is the other card where it shows up. And 6 is about perseverance. And, for me, it's also today, it's about like establishing the flow, with people, you have something, I have something, and it's in the physical world. It's been so clear here for the past few days because it rained a little bit. And I got these incredible views, but the pollution is really back today. I was like, where are those mountains? All right. And then the qualifier for the first week in February for Taurus is, I don't want you to think I'm not shuffling. Ah, the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles, 2 is a choice. And it's about measuring your choices. I mean, he's also measuring, he's juggling. So it's like, well, I really need to get this done, and I don't have the skill, let's say. So what am I willing, how can I balance that out with the help of others, right? Because now you have help. You have the 6 and you have the 2. So the 2 is a choice, the 6 is perseverance. And it's also, a lot of times with the 2 of Pentacles, which came up for Aries as well, the 2 of Pentacles is like, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but somehow I'm going to manage, physically. So it could be, pentacles symbolize finances, security, physical goods, health, and time. How am I going to manage the time? How am I going to make time to like help this person and find the time for them to help me, right? Where's the money coming from, like that? But it's especially because you have the 6 to back you up, it's coming, because sometimes, like, let's say, I don't know, I want to buy something that I can't really afford right now. It's like, well, can I ask someone, right, to receive? Okay, that's week one. Week two. Week two is, you and that other person exchanging and healing and being in equal measure, right? I offer you, you offer me. We're both on the same page. One reaches out to the other. I was also looking at, so this goes back to like ancient Egyptian stuff, right? So the right side is the masculine side, and the left side is the feminine side. And they're about to be aligned, right? It looks like he was here and he's stepping forward, right? He's stepping forward with his left foot, with his intuition. And it's like with his kindness, with his, what do you call it? Intuition, right? Here I am offering. So, and sometimes I see it as, take the action toward. Well, I know this friend of mine has this skill, say, or I'm reaching out. I'm reaching out. So there's a sense of calling in and calling on someone with a kind heart, somebody who's on the same page as you, somebody who is as generous as you, that kind of energy. And it's a card of love. And it's a choice. So I'm choosing to invite loving people in. Okay. That's week two. And then the quality, yeah. Beautiful card. The Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is very practical. She's very nurturing. She's very loving, but she doesn't smother. That's the key to her, because she's practical. So the way I describe it is like, she's, in a way, she's like the single mom, is the way I see her. She's a single mom, right? So not only does she earn the money, but she spends it wisely. So let's say I have two kids, and one is younger than the other, and it's like, I'm going to buy a really good coat for the older one. It's the practical thing to do. Instead of buying a crappy one, I'm going to buy a really good one, because I know eventually it's going to be a hand-me-down to the other one, and I need to have something that's a decent quality that's going to last a couple of years. That's the practical thing to do. She doesn't smother. She doesn't overdo it. She does it in a really measured, practical, stable, solid, wise way. And, maybe that's the energy that with the other person. Like, you don't overdo it. There's a sense of balance, like in the first card. There's a say, let's say, you need to borrow money from somebody. It's like, I don't overdo, I don't ask for $10,000 if I know I can't pay it back, sort of thing. Okay. But overall, it's really lovely. I have three pentacles. So this is the physical world. This is like a reality situation. Because, cups are feelings, and swords are thought, and wands are passion, but the pentacles are the physical world. So it's money, it's goods, it's health, things that are real in the real world. This is, week two. Week three, really great card. First of all, it's like, use your intuition, because this is, Gabriel talking to you. Your intuition is coming through really so strong. And spirit, vertical, is combining with the horizontal, which is the earth plane. And the energy of this card is like, there's an inevitability to it. And there's an energy, for me, the way I understand this card is, my lesson has been learned and I've incorporated it. So maybe in the past, like I said, with the $10,000, maybe you overdid it or something. And it's like, now I'm going to do this in a really or you called on the wrong people, right? Or the wrong people called on you. Someone's, maybe in the past you had someone who's like, oh, I need this, I need that, but they offer nothing. And it's like, no, 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 I need something more balanced. I need something more like, um, you offer me, I offer you. I've learned my lesson, I've incorporated it. And maybe I'm calling on different people who are more kind, more generous, more loving, more on the same page as me, as opposed to someone who's like, well, I'll give you the money, but I give it to you grudgingly. Or, I think you've learned your lesson with like who to ask, who to offer help to, because there are other people in our lives that we offer help to. And it's like all they ever need, all they ever want and need is help, but then they offer nothing in return. And I think that lesson has been learned. That's the way it feels. It's like that lesson has been learned. And it's like, no, I've learned my lesson. I got the intuition, and that's why they're being reborn, right? They incorporated it. And so they're able to take that lesson and experience and move on into the next phase, the next realm, the next. Okay. Week 3. Yeah. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. This card, both of these are sort of intuitive. This is like messages from the angels, and then it's like following that path. And sometimes we keep on going back. It's like, oh, it's going to be different this time. That person who's always like using me, oh, it'll be different this time. It's like, I don't think so. I think you got that. And, like, oh, there's this other person in my life who seems really kind and loving and generous and giving. And I haven't really established that much of a relationship with them, but something is leading me toward. Something is leading me toward. And I'm going to follow that. Or you say to yourself, well, I really need a new car. I'm just giving an example. I really need a new car. Who would know something about that? And like the first person who pops up or the first opportunity, it's like, yeah, that feels right. How does it feel? How does it? Because it's a card of Pisces. And it's this energy of like, well, how does it feel? Right? Maybe the smart thing to do is to go to the bank and get the money. It's like, how does that feel? It might not feel like the right thing, or you'll be led toward a place that will give you the money or like that. So incorporate your heart into this, to take you through, right? Because it's a mysterious path. And it's not 100% clear because it's the light of the moon. The light of the moon last night was amazing, by the way. But seeing things by the light of the moon is not seeing things by the light of the sun. So it could be illusory, but I think if you go into your heart, that'll lead the way. Okay, that's week 3. And then week 4. Now, a lot of people, it's a 7. It's confidence in your thoughts. And also picking up what's useful and leaving what's not useful behind. It's almost like go and run with it. Go and run with it. And utilize thoughts and messages that are helpful, that are sharp, right? I always get this feeling like he took the sharp swords, but the dull ones he left behind, right? The dull ones he left behind. Yeah, don't overburden yourself. Don't overburden yourself. Like go with your instinct. Don't overburden yourself. And that's the thing too. It's like maybe let's say you need some money, right? And it's like, well, I want to make it easy. Don't take on more of a burden. It's like if you already have the experience, because you learned your lesson in the judgment card, if you already have the experience of, well, this person will lend me the money, but then they're going to start calling me the next day. Where's the money? Where's the money? Where's the money? Or they give it to you grudgingly, or they want to charge you like a lot of interest or something like that. It's like, no, I've already been down that road. I'm going to do something new, or maybe I'll have an exchange, right? Maybe I'll have an exchange. So maybe in lieu of money, I'm just giving examples. Maybe in lieu of money, I'll say, listen, if you help me with this, um, I'll paint your house. I'll, whatever it is, right? If you help me with this, because, like, I really need $300, let's say. I really need the $300 for blah, blah, blah. And in the past, maybe you've borrowed it from somebody and either they give it to you grudgingly or they're not, it doesn't feel like flow. It feels like, I don't know, like driving a car with no gas. And it's like, no, I've already learned my lesson in that. And I don't want to overburden myself. So maybe I say to my friend or my acquaintance or whatever, listen, if you lend me $300, or if you give me $300, I'll give you this in exchange. And that way, and it's not like a burden. Don't make it a burden. Make it like easy and flowing and loving and self-care. Like that's the energy. Interesting. All right, I'm going to show you everything. See how they're a little bit smaller? Okay, week 1. Being in the flow so that you can juggle things properly. Inviting in loving, kind, nurturing people that are patient because you've learned your lesson and like you know what it is to go down a dark road and you don't want to do that anymore. You want to follow your intuition and take what works and leave the rest behind. Run with it confidently and don't take on a burden that's not yours. Don't make, sometimes we, sometimes even if like we get what we want, it because right, up front, it's going to be a burden. It's like, I'm not going to ask this person because it's not going to be pleasant. I've already done that. I'm going to do something new. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to figure out a new way. Right? That's more loving. That's more self-caring because I've learned my lesson, right? I'm going to follow my intuition. That's my little take for you for the month of February. Now, Nancy and I are beginning tarot classes very soon. Please sign up. It's 6 weeks. You get tons of stuff you can download, all the descriptions of the cards. We go through them. We go through all the cards. We go through card readings. I go through a lot of the iconography and a lot of the symbolism of the cards. And the reason we're teaching it is that, you can utilize your intuition more direct way, a more organized way. And we both love teaching. So please join us and invite a friend. It'd be so much. I think to myself, well, I think this is going to be a really cool class. And I think it'd be really cool to do it with my friend. So ask your friend to come or treat your friend to it or whatever. Just a suggestion. And if you want a yearly reading, this would be the layout. 12 cards, obviously. And then the little qualifiers. Anyway, blessings. Have a lovely February. See you soon. And I will be back tomorrow with Gemini. Bye. Blessings. Bye.